how journalism can help society be healthier, but not by changing itself into something it really hasn't been. I feel that there's a side to journalism that isn't talked about enough, but one of the things that I've found in these videos Bill just referenced is some information about the late Walter Cronkite's career that I feel can inspire us all to think about the full spectrum of what journalism has been, can be, and how that can impact society and impact the bottom line of the profession. Because one of the things I've realized about journalism is it doesn't just report facts. It educates people about facts. It educates people about the world that they can't ordinarily experience from where they live. So you folks call yourselves reporters, but you're also educators. And so the question that's been on my mind lately is, what are journalists teaching us? Because what you report on teaches people that the world has certain options. You teach people that some of the options are bad and we should stop them because they are destructive, they lead to violence. But you also have a history of reporting on things that are constructive, not destructive. And that's what I'd like to ask you all to think about today, because in a world where the public is increasingly frustrated, I am convinced that if journalism positions itself as a constructive tool, at least when it's reporting on that side of society, people will buy that from you. You know, people do pay for an education. They don't pay to learn about bad things, but they pay to learn about good things that can help them have a better future and help their families have a better future and community and nation have a better future. So this first video is from when Walter Cronkite passed away, and the CBS Evening News reported on that. This is okay, because the points that they made that I want to focus on are that Walter preferred to report on the positive activities of humanity even as he knew he had to report on the negative. And at one point he says that during the space program, people were upcast. They were looking up. They were looking out to a positive future when they thought about the '68 Democratic Convention and Watergate and all that. They were downcast. And he knew that the human spirit had both components, and he knew that what he wanted to report on was both sides of our spirit, of our world. But what I don't see in journalists today is a similar compulsion to do both. Now, the space program was a long time ago. It still exists, but it doesn't seem to be reported with the same passion and doesn't seem to have attracted the same level of public interest today because we've only been in orbit. We haven't gone anywhere in a long time except for sending robots. What I'd like you all to think about is, in your own work, where do you fall in the question reporting on and looking for stories that capture both sides of the human spirit, both our positive activities and our negative activities? Do you see your jobs as doing all of that, covering all of that? I mean, I've met some reporters who were incredibly pessimistic people. I don't want to label the whole profession with that, of course, but I have felt pessimism in some. Again, maybe it's because we haven't had the space program land a man on the moon in so many years. And the other activities that are positive are not as visible as the space program was back then. But this is the first question I'd like you to look at. And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to switch to the memorial for Walter Cronkite that was this week Wednesday here in New York. President Obama spoke, and the last half of his talk, which runs about 5.5 minutes, was his evaluation of the state of journalism today.
Steve, just frame once more the question you want us to be thinking about.
Sure. The question is, do you consciously see your job as reporting on the full spectrum of human activity, both the destructive activities, the criminal activities, the immoral activities, as well as the constructive, the inventions, the new inspirational developments, even if they aren't funded by the government? And when we're done with hearing President Obama, I'll talk to you about a government-funded, very inspiring activity that existed for 6 years and almost never made it into the press. Okay?
Go ahead. It's Bill.
Yes.
What was your, from your perspective, how are you connecting that with the first video?
The thing I'm connecting it is, especially towards the end, President Obama said that Walter shined the bright light on substance. He altered and illuminated our time, so that we knew that we were there too. Walter Cronkite made sure we knew the sum total of what was happening in our world to the best of his ability. He didn't get sucked into the negative side of life, as appealing as that is from a dramatic standpoint, from a conflict standpoint. I mean, I've known for years the expression, if it bleeds, it leads. And if there's a fire, or especially in Los Angeles, a high-speed car chase, no matter what is going on, the media cuts in to cover that. As ridiculous as it is to think that we really need to know who's driving a car fast on the freeway in LA, or whose house is on fire. It's sad, but it's not necessary. You know, if you go into the world of performance improvement and organizational development, you see people talking about how you spend your time. One of the experts is Dr. Stephen Covey. He wrote a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he had a 4-quadrant time matrix where things were either important, not important, urgent, or not urgent. And he found that we spend much too much of our time on things that are urgent but not important. They're urgent because they're happening now. They're not important because they really don't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference that a car is driving fast on the LA freeway, unless you need to get out of the way. It doesn't make a difference that some crazy person is accusing President Obama of not being an American citizen. But we get hung up on that stuff. Meanwhile, brilliant people like Amory Lovins, who runs the Rocky Mountain Institute, there are answers to all of our technical problems being developed by that organization. Just this week, they launched a website to celebrate the work they are doing to turn the Empire State Building green. The cost savings to the Empire State Building's owners are going to be significant. The reduction in carbon footprint from the lower energy use by the Empire State Building is going to be significant. It's a pretty big story. President Clinton was there to kick off the website and to publicly announce the work. Did that make the news? I didn't see it. Did any of you? I highly recommend you Google Empire State Building going green and Amory Lovins. And then write about it, please.
Steve, let me bring us back to your question, which you asked before the video. Do you see your job as reporting on the whole spectrum of human activity?